I went back. I armed myself. I bought a wig. I wore a wig, and I applied again.
Perfect.
I went there.
That was a very smart move.
I sat for that interview because it was a walk-in. When they came to me, the woman tried to recognize that I was the one. She was like, "You came here before." I said, "No." I had to do everything to get that job because they pay well.
Yes, 7K upwards.
Yes, so I was like, they said, "I've seen you. You came here before." I said, "No, it wasn't me." And God just helped me, and I passed that stage of not being recognized that I had already applied and they rejected because I didn't have a real estate experience. So when I went to the next HR who was to interview me, they asked me a lot of questions. I maneuvered my way into my first real estate experience, which was in Azizi. That lucky day, as I went, I spoke very smartly, and they said, "Okay, done." You got the job, and that was my first experience in real estate, Azizi. From then I worked in Azizi for a good time, and then I worked in Shoba Hadlan as well. And ever since it's been
estate for you.
It's been estate for me. And I wouldn't say it's been a very rosy journey because it's a very challenging field.
Yes.
It needs a lot of hard work. Patience.
Yes.
Patience.
Yes.
It needs a lot of patience because for like 9 months you may never close a deal.
Yes.
It takes a lot. So I remember I closed my first deal. It was after, I think it took time before I made the first sale, and that was like, with a client that I had pursued for a very long time. So it's been a very challenging but rewarding as well. Very, very rewarded. Like I said, real estate, it takes patience.
Yes.
And we are still in it. The vision for it is very big.
All right. Perfect. So how many visa changes did you have?
One.
Only one.
I think one.
From 2017 till now.
Yes.
You're okay. Then how many employments have you had from 2017 till now? Yeah, we need to know.
So I've worked with so many real estates. You
can name them.
Yeah, I worked with again, with real estate in Azizi, you're given 3 months, so you have a fat salary, and if you don't sell within 3 months, you're kicked out. So
was it like
not telesales. I worked as a sales
person, and it's the starting salary is like 8,000 dirhams. Yes.
So you get to have the liberty of the 8,000 3 months, and if you don't sell.
What was your target?
I think we had a target. You just have a target of 1.5 million every month. So if you don't meet the target, even at least the target within 3 months, you're out of the system for that company. So I worked with a couple. I worked with Azizi, I worked with Shoba, I've worked with, and then when I left Shoba, I worked with a real estate brokerage. Brokerage is different from developers where you sell their property. So I now switched to a company where I had the liberty to sell any property. So and that was also better, but I had my own challenges there as regarding to as an African lady, and also it's a field where you have to be very strong because otherwise they could take advantage of you, of your clients. It needs a lot of toughness, to be able to fight for what you deserve. And
let me break it down.
Yes.
In Dubai real estate, you need to be greedy. Simple. If you are not greedy,
oh my God,
you need to be greedy.
You need to be a shark because the client you're talking with is talking to 20 or 100 other.
You need to be greedy because if you are not greedy, you will not make it. Trust me, you need to be very, very greedy.
Tough. So that was it. And from brokerage, and from there I came back to where I am now.
The developer.
And It's been good. I mean, I've had the experiences, I have the knowledge, the experiences from other companies. I've gathered a little bit of experience from being in a developer and experience also and being in a brokerage. And now also working with a developer gives you get that structure of because for me, working is not just working. I work to learn. I am very visionary in all my moves. So wherever I am trying to see what I can take from there. What am I supposed to learn to gather all of that for, so far where I am now, it's still in real estate. Still has its own craziness. always.
Oh my God, she does not really want to disclose it, but let me tell you a little story about where you were. Because I went for an interview there, and it was not for sales like that. It was for telesales executive.
Telesales is better.
Yeah, because I don't really like putting myself out there, because before I used to work with driven properties.
Okay, brokerage.
So I worked with driven properties, amazing brokerage. It's one of the best in the UAE.
I agree.
And trust me, I used to attend to customers, and I really did not have I'm not good with people like that, especially. See, in the real estate, it has its ups, it has its downs. As a lady, and if you're a fine wine at that, you see some good temptation.
You've touched the path.
Yeah, you will see some very good. You will see some very good temptation. So I was like, okay, I don't want this. I don't want to put myself out there. Okay, I went behind the scenes, and it was okay, but my time was up in estate. I told myself my time is up in estate. I cannot be in estate anymore, and I had to leave. And when I left estate, I went into the multinational field, because I was like, that was my target, like multinational. So, and that's where I am right now, and I'm very, 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 very comfortable there, because sometimes in the real estate, if you're not a very outgoing person, you will not really make it. You need to be outgoing, you need to be very greedy. And one thing I like, people, it's crazy in the real estate sector. Let me just put it that way.
Greedy, I don't know what you mean by
greed when we are working with team members, because everybody is just wanting to give you a bite from behind.
That's right. So you have to be careful.
For example, sometimes you have an Arabic client, and you want your Arabic colleague to talk to your Arabic client to do some persuading. Okay, trust me, if you're not very vigilant, that customer is going to be taken from you under your nose. You'll be seeing it, they'll take it from you. So that's what I say, greed.
You don't trust your colleagues. You don't even your manager. It's not even about colleagues. The worst thing is that even the director or manager that is working with you will steal your client from you if they have
but they are still colleagues now with titles. They are just colleagues with
that's
titles.
a major thing I faced. The challenges of number one, having to work with people who don't have human conscience. You could work so hard with a client and they go behind your back and close that deal, or probably even pull you out of the company and then close the deal. So that's the kind of craziness that you get to see in real estate here. Secondly, you mentioned something very profound, the aspect of the challenges women face in real estate. As a young lady, and the people who buy properties, they're not small people. These are billionaires.
You're not selling granuts that they'll be asking. These are
billionaires in dollars. And rich people like good things. Once they see you and you're in real estate, they have that mindset that every lady in real estate is willing to go the extra mile, to give out themselves to be able to close the deal. And that's not most of the other nationalities. They do that, but not everybody. For us, I would speak for myself. I have a principle. I would never compromise on my integrity to close a deal. I'd rather stay, not close, go through the process.
Definitely.
So sometimes it was more challenging for me because of some of the boundaries and principles that I had put. So it took longer.
Definitely.
It was very tough. And sometimes your manager could even see. I remember a client I had one time, and my manager told me, Marianne, if you go out with this client, he's going to buy, right? So just I mean, go out, you guys should, they are willing to push you into.
No, they'll tell you flirt a little.
Yes. But I'm not really, if I have a principle, it's just an aspect of, if I'm not comfortable with something, I won't do it.
Do it, yeah.
Yes. It doesn't even matter what position you are. So these are some of the temptations that we face as ladies in real estate. So it has been very challenging, but at the same time, like I said, patience. With patience, everything comes naturally.
So what about the job hunts? Was it easy swapping from company to company under the sector, real estate?
Yes and no, depending on the company. So given that at least I had the experience with 1 or 2 companies, it was quite easy to get into another developer, given that I've worked with. But again, it's not so easy because they require a lot of proofs of how much money you closed in your previous company. Sometimes you even have to do some paperwork and bank statements and just to show that you have been selling in the previous company. So those are some of the challenges that we get to face. All
right, so you've been in estate business and it's about targets.
Yes.
So what was your longest serving position in real estate? This company, I was this and I stayed there for this number of months.
I think it's I would be 1 year 2 months. 1 year 2 months, yes.
Azizi?
No, not Azizi. Azizi was the shortest because it was my first experience. I knew nothing in real estate. I was still trying to gather the information before I knew it. It's like 8,000 for 3 months.
At least you had 8,000 for 3 months.
I got her one morning and said, sorry, you've not met your target. So it was crazy. But so that Azizi was the shortest experience. But even I worked in the brokerage was my longest actually. Yeah, and because it was a very good company. I would not.
You had to sell.
We had stands in it's a brokerage, but we had stands in malls where you literally you be in the mall and people passing, you get to
take their contacts.
Yes, in hotels also we have the mock-up stands. We take their contacts, so it was quite easy selling there and staying there for long. I also, when I worked in that company, I think I closed some things just came like this. I remember there was a time I was just at the stand and a client was passing, he saw me and we shared contacts. The following day I took him to Emma. We showed him the property, Emma Properties, and he signed the deal. It was a 2 days, it was just quick, very quick. And that was it. He didn't, some clients most people don't know that you can own a property in Dubai forever. And it's tax-free. So when they were very fresh tourists from Afghanistan, the moment I told them, you can own a property here, tax-free, and you pay, so you don't have to pay the full amount at once.
And they were just
like, really? I can buy property with I said, yes. I'm telling you, the following day I went, showed them. That was so easy, and that really helped me because once you sell, it boosts your confidence and you get to work how you want to work and be able to make more sales. So that was, I think that was the longest. Yeah.
All right, so guys, you've heard her, and she has been in the UAE since 2017, and she's had her fair share of struggles. So she stayed in Dubai for 2 months, she moved to Abu Dhabi, and she got a job, and then later on, she had to go for visa change. She was in overstay. For how long were you in overstay?
I think overstay, I was on almost 5 to 6, or I don't know, 4 or 5 months.
On a tourist visa?
Yes.
That was huge.
So it was.
So how did you clear it?
How did I clear my overstay? It was just the help of, I think I had to even borrow some money. And then take the salary. I was on my company, present company where I was working. The salary that they had given me, that's what I compiled and everything to be able to pay for the office. No. When I joined Azizi, when I got the job in Azizi, I was still
in overstay.
Yes, so part of my salary, I used it to clear off the Yeah.
All right, so she was in overstay, and trust me, it's not funny. I've been in overstay as well. So, but overstay under residence visa, not tourist visa. So, but it's not easy. Anyways, having overstay is not easy because if you're not very smart,
trauma, yes.
Because I was still in overstay, but I was looking for jobs. Some people, when they are in overstay, you just sit. I was still in overstay, and inside my overstaying, I hit a very massive job inside my overstaying. And then when they were asking me, like, when are you going to start? What is your visa condition? I was looking left and right. And something just told me, just tell this man. So I just told the man, I don't have visa. And the man was like, you don't have visa, and then how are you here? So I explained myself. The man said, honest. Okay. Yeah, I was honest. The man said, okay, you've had the job. What we want you to do is go out and come back with your new visa.
Right.
And they gave me my offer letter. I signed. Then I went out. And I came back with a different visa.
Amazing.
Yeah, and they processed my, yes. So yeah. That's what happened with me. Because sometimes when they have that overstays, what they do is they just
sit down. They don't.
Yeah, I was still going for jobs. I was still going for interviews. Yes, I did not just sit and be relaxed. No, honey.
Yes, you have to.
I went for interview.
Do whatever is possible to come out of the situation.
Yes. Trust me. Yeah. Okay, so she's had her fair share of life. So she's a real estate babes. Yeah, so she's not into different sectors like education, like manufacturing. She just wants to focus on real estate, because what I know for real estate is for you to just have that patience, as she rightly said, and trust me, you're going to scale, because real estate is not hot. If you take it hot, you will not real estate is where you can sit today and the next minute you are be a millionaire somehow.
Yes.
Okay, so but it needs some patience and some concentration, and you need
God's grace.
Yeah, and God's
the
grace.
help of God.
Yeah, so basically that's what she's into, and she's made a fair share of life from there as well. So let's go on to the next question. Would you say your journey to success would have been better if you went to other nations like the US, the UK, Germany? If yes or no, explain why.
That's quite a tricky one.
Yes.
First of all, I've not been to US and the UK yet. Yeah. So I wouldn't say, I can't tell how it would have been if I were there. Nevertheless, I've read about these places. I think it's pretty much a similar experience. You just get different weather conditions and maybe working conditions as well. But my experience in UAE, I think it has prepared me for where I'm going to. Because when I look at what is to come and the future and everything in hand, of course, USA, of course, UK, all these places, I'll work there. I would have some things to do there. But I think the experience, if I could survive UAE, then I can survive anywhere around the world.
You're right.
So I can't really tell 100% if my journey, if I were in another country, in UK, I don't know what experiences I would have experienced there. And I don't know if I would have had the privilege to go through, to have the story to tell today.
Yes.
Maybe it would have been so green over there, it would be so rosy in UK or in USA. I wouldn't have had this very tough, challenging, experience, which is building up my resume to be able to inspire people, to be able to give hope to everyone, to my generation and everyone watching me. So I think that it's a question I will not give a direct answer to it, if UK or USA would be better than UAE. I think everything has its time. And UAE has served its purpose. I've gained experiences, and probably when I get to UK or USA, then I will know.
Very, very good answer, because sometimes I will tell people, see, no place is better. That's how I've made my mind. You still have to work. It's not like you go to those other places and money starts falling from the sky. Because nowadays you see people are rushing to different countries, and then they will talk down about the UAE so much that sometimes it really makes me angry. I was saying yesterday to my other guest, I said, even if UAE has not done anything for me, they gave me two things, which is very important. They gave me my first employment.
Correct.
And the safety here, I will not take it for granted.
Correct.
Ever in my life.
Correct.
I said, even if, because some people are wanting to be Dangotes before they'll say, oh yeah. And I just say that's the entitlement of some of our African brothers and sisters.
Right.
Like their head is so entitled that it's very annoying sometimes.
Yes.
You leave your country, nothing is there. You come here and you want to be Dangote overnight.
Absolutely.
Who does
it takes
that?
time. Everything has a story.
Who does that? And you want to compare. You'll be comparing this with US people. Someone told me, oh, you've stayed here long enough that you would have had a passport. I said, I'm not entitled to.
Yes.
I'm not. If they want to give, if they don't, they've made their laws and it abides, it makes them happy. I already have my country passport because people are running and going to different places because of those passports. Then I asked someone, I said, after the passport, what next? I'll be able to go to 40. I'll be able to go to this country. I said, really? Is that all? You just want the passport? Because sometimes you even have those passports, and you will not be able to buy a flight to those countries.
What I have been through in UAE, as in suffering, the pain, the challenges and everything, it still does not permit me to, I still see Dubai as a land, I call it the land of many opportunities. I'm telling you, the issue with Africans is that we have an entitled mindset. Number two, we are not exposed. Africans they're not informed, and their minds is so fixated. They are just thinking job. They don't think beyond. Dubai has so many opportunities that if you work here for some time and you've made some amount of money, if you're very smart, you can make money in this land. You can make a lot of money here. But so many times, most of the time, Africans here, the environment they find themselves, they either keep discouraging them in Dubai. You cannot get a good job. You can only come here. When I came here, I told the people, I was in a bed space, and they told me, when I started talking about real estate, when I was talking about big jobs, they told me that I should forget about all those things. You cannot come here for your first time and get this kind of job and work in an office. My first job I was working, even though the salary was little, but it was an office job. It was a white collar job, But they told me I should start thinking I should get a cleaning CV. I said I would never be a cleaner. It's not as if I'm looking down on cleaners, but it's my mindset. I had that belief that anything is possible. If I'm smart enough, it's possible to get a good job, even though I'm African. This is the first thing African. So when you come here and you work as a cleaner, maybe for 5 years, you're in a cleaning company, you don't think that after 1-2 years you can change to another job. You're only fixated in that particular job for 5 years, 6 years. The next thing is gather money, save, travel to UK to continue being a cleaner, to start again from. So it's an issue of mindset. They think that it's better elsewhere, or if I'm in US, if I'm in UK, there are people who are clean doing the same thing and they're even complaining. So it's at the end of the day, with my experience, I've come to realize that we just need we need God's direction in everything we want to do. You can become anything you want to be in UAE, in UK, in US. The most important thing is seek the face of God. God lead me? Is my traveling to UK going to be a success or not? Is my living in Dubai going to be fruitful? Because if this is your Canaan and you leave and go to UK, you are misdirection and you will still come back to the UAE.
So, I was saying something with someone the other day. The person is like highly spiritual like yourself, and the person said sometimes approximately every average person needs 9 to 10 years to make it in one country. If you're 9 to 10 years in a land and it does not do you good,
you
move.
Leave.